I would rather be waterboarded than to walk up to someone and look at them in the eyes and say, I really want to wear a crown. Vote for me. Couldn't be me.
In college, I was nominated for the homecoming court
How do they do that?
at Penn State. So Penn State homecoming's one of like the largest homecoming celebrations in the country. They actually have like a 15-person executive committee that
insane.
has like but you know Molly. Molly
Yeah.
was the executive director of homecoming my 5th year, and I was the special events director. And then there were like 10 other people that did 1,000 other things. But anyway, there's like hundreds of people involved because each executive director has captains under them, and each captain has committee members. So there's like hundreds of people involved in this. There's an entire committee for king and queen.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of your weekly therapy podcast. My name is Tell Williams, or Mr. Williams if you follow me online. I am a social worker, therapist, and teacher. And over here we have...
I'm Anne-Marie DePietro, and I'm still a nurse practitioner.
And a prom queen today.
I am.
We are so gay and obnoxious that we talked for a while about doing like a prom episode, but then what was it last night, like 9 maybe? Like, yeah, let's do the prom episode tomorrow. And we had all these items.
Yeah, I was like, I wish I had a tiara. And then I was like, wait, I think I have one on top of my bureau. There it was.
Like, literally, when you sent that yesterday, I was like, there's no way in hell that she doesn't have one, like, for whatever reason. Like, I feel like, didn't one of you guys wear like it was kind of a funky tiara, like a fun dark one, but for the Halloween Greek party? Or did I make that up?
Probably, yeah, I think Colleen did.
Yeah,
but
like
actually, I think we wore these for the engagement photo shoot for the witchy.
Oh my gosh,
witchy
that makes sense.
Shoot.
Yeah. See, it was somewhere.
I know. I mean, there's probably multiple.
Yeah. When you said that, I was like, I refuse to believe that. There's somewhere in the house you don't have like a Galindo crown from like.
I know.
You know?
I wish that my mom lived closer because I would have gone and got one of my prom dresses because they're literally all in my mom's closet.
I was going to ask. Okay, so we're talking about the prom today. Talking about prom and teen angst and all of the stuff that comes with prom because it's full on prom season.
It is.
And I've had so many clients come in talking to me about prom. And I'm like, oh
I just like lived vicariously through my lacrosse girls' junior prom this past weekend.
Okay, explain this to me.
Okay, I'm
so
ready.
They have junior prom here.
Yes.
Like we called it senior prom in Indiana, and you just have to be a junior or senior to go or be invited by a junior or senior. But they have 2 proms, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, they have 2 proms.
That's wild.
Yeah. I had 2 proms. I went to 4 proms.
Like 2 year or junior year? How does that work?
Well, no, I went to an all-girls school. So we would go to like the all-girls school prom and then the all-boys school prom. So junior prom it's called Mary Mercy prom, and then St. Joe's Prep prom junior year.
That's
and
the
then
school.
Senior year. Yeah. I went to Marion prom and then
I
St.
thought
Joe's
the
Prep
theme
prom.
was like, the theme of the prom was like Mary Mercy. I'm like, that's fun. I love that.
No, yeah.
Okay, so you went to 4.
4 proms, but we also have fall formals too.
What is a bigger deal?
Prom, for
Okay.
sure.
Now,
Yeah.
and so the lacrosse girl that you did her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. What was the theme of their prom?
It was like the technical name was like Dancing Under the Disco Ball or something, but it was Euphoria was like the actual theme. They just couldn't call it that because
it's
drugs.
Euphoria. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's such a pretty aesthetic. Like the purple blue lighting and like the glittery makeup, but like that show. And I love this show, but oh my God, I've never seen a show that had so much drugs, sex, and alcohol in it.
I know.
It's rough.
But so much glitter eyeshadow, which I was there for every week. Every week.
Oh my God, yeah.
I like loved every minute. It was so Kate, the girl that we talked about with the other episode. One day I'm going to say her actual name. She actually let me do like whatever I wanted makeup wise, which is like so fun, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
But like, so then I'm like basically prostituting myself at the pictures because they do this cool thing. We never did this, but there's this like public like mansion thing, and like all these people go and take pictures there. So it's basically like pre-prom I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know me, I was floating around obnoxiously with my Yas Queen fan and my like makeup setting spray. And I was like, does anyone need some? So I'm like trying to sell my makeup services. Not that I charge for them,
Right.
but I'm like, do you want me to do your makeup for senior prom? And this one girl goes to me, Kate's makeup looks really great, but I'm going for more of like a plain look. And I was like,
For prom.
what? What do
Wait.
you mean? You don't want pigmented glitter P. Louise eyeshadow?
Like, what is this?
Excuse me.
So, what is like doing this? What do you think has changed since like we went to prom?
Like, literally everything, I feel like.
Are they like going for more natural vibes
Well,
and stuff?
listen to this. This is going to blow your mind probably. Okay, so we get to the parking lot and their Kate's sister was going to like drive them to prom. Also, we always took limos to prom. So I don't know if that's like antiquated or maybe they just don't do that around here. I'm not really sure. But regardless, Kate's like, "Oh my god, I forgot my flip-flops." And I was like, "Oh, look, that's fine. Like you'll be fine." She's like, "No, we don't wear like our shoes to the prom." I was like, what do you mean? Like, they only wear their shoes for pictures. And then they wear, like, their flip-flops or socks or whatever. Like, she stole her sister's clogs.
Which, to me, you think would be opposite because like you're
Right.
sinking in the ground in the heels because you're like on
Right.
grass and stuff.
Right. And I was like, you don't wear your shoes? And she was like, no.
That's wild.
Yeah.
A lot of girls, I guess, like wore heels for most of it, but then would change into like Chuck Taylors or whatever, like
Yeah.
later at prom. But like, no, that's so wild. What's the point to spend that much
know.
money on shoes
I don't know, for the pictures.
for a photo? That's
For
wild.
pictures, yeah. I
I'm
know,
too cheap
isn't
for
it?
that. I'd be like, no.
I know.
I gotta get my money's worth out of these.
I know. I mean, I would just, I don't know. But the whole aesthetic is like, you know, I bought my niece's prom dress. Her prom's on Friday, so I'm going to also live vicariously
Yeah.
through her on Friday. She's not letting me do her makeup though. She's one of those like I do my own makeup and
Yeah.
no one does my makeup
Mhm.
types. But that's okay because I kind of felt like pressure, like for like
Yeah.
all week before. Oh my god, I should tell everyone this so obnoxious thing that I did
On,
about Kate's prom when I interrupted your therapy session.
oh my gosh.
It's so embarrassing. Okay, so I decided I needed to do a makeup trial for Kate's prom
Right.
because I was like, what if I fuck
Yeah,
up her
it's
prom?
like a huge pressure.
Right? So I'm in my office. We're like doing the makeup trial. It was that day that the weather had like just turned.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like so hot in our office.
Oh my gosh. We have bigger fish to fry with
Right.
the stuff that's gone on in that office. It's flooded, it's everything, but it is
The temperature regulation?
never okay.
Not okay.
It is like scorching or it's frigid.
Freezing. Right.
There's no in between.
Right. So I'm like upper lip sweat, like trying to like do the makeup, right? And I'm like, and I'm putting lashes on. It makes me like so paranoid because like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay. I'm like doing it. I'm like, okay, this is fine. I color match. We're like doing good. I put the lashes on. And then, like, I have my eyeshadow and whatever. And, like, she's never gotten her makeup done. So I'm like, oh, my God, what if she fires me?
Yeah.
Right? Not
Yeah.
that this is a real job,
Yeah.
but, like, my pride's at stake here. And I'm like, oh, the line of the lashes, like, I could see a shadow line. So I'm like, I need eyeliner. But I didn't have eyeliner. So I was like, well, I can't show her, like, in the mirror. Like, what am I going to do? So I'm, like, brainstorming, like, what can I do? And I was like, oh, my God, maybe Tell is eyeliner. So then I was like, am I going to interrupt an actual therapy session to ask Tell for eyeliner? And then I was like sweating and I was like, yes, I am going to do that.
And you're knocking, and I was like, come in. And it was a client that you have.
Thank
like we share the
God.
client. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. This is so inappropriate. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's you. Hi. And like I was like, do you have eyeliner? And I was like, no, but I think I have like a brow pencil. You might be able to like scratch eyeliner onto or
Yeah.
whatever. That was so funny.
Oh my God, it was so. I used a box cutter to sharpen that eyeliner.
I know. I told you that like there's something wrong with that.
There's something wrong with it.
There was a while. So we used to do the podcast in our office. So I have like a box of stuff there, like powder and eyeliner and stuff. I had gone through like all different companies, 3 or 4 eyeliners because like they would just break for no reason. I was like, and then half of them wouldn't sharpen. They're like, oh no, sorry, but you just get this much. That's it. And I
Yeah.
was like, there's no way I spent like $5 on something where I got this much eyeliner out of.
And it's such a tease because you're like, this could be what I need, but it's
sure,
not.
and it's not coming out, and I get
No.
so angry about it.
No.
I had this. So you were talking about Kate and how like like even it's like, oh, hair is more natural and down and like,
Mhm.
and I had this like epiphany, right, of like
Yeah.
why I think it's so different. So I feel like there is so much, and like there is now, but it's a different kind of pressure. It's like we have to take good photos pressure, which we didn't have a lot of social media back
Oh
then.
yeah, we had like digital cameras.
Right, and those were never good.
No.
Digital, you had digital disposal, and then didn't get the disposal ones until a week later or whatever. But I'd realized, I feel like what made our prom so big is when we grew up, we had the prom movies. We had She's All That. We had like all these movies that were centered around like, if you're not the prom queen, hot dog extreme fling girl, you're dead. You know, it's like all these like prom was the biggest thing possible. It was in every 90s movie. Like
Saved by the Bell.
No, every single episode of everything had a prom episode, right? And it was like a big to do, and it was just like life or death if this and this like didn't happen. Rachel Lee Cook was always in it, and so they were always trying to convince us. Why were they always trying to convince us she was ugly?
I don't know.
Like,
I feel like we repeated the same prom movie like over and over again. Do they even make movies about prom anymore?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think it was so big for us, because now it's like there's no movies about prom anymore. I feel like I sat there, I'm like, okay, and I couldn't find any that are more current. And like, I feel like kids now aren't growing up with like the teen TV shows even that we had, like Saved by the Bell and stuff like that. Like, it is wildly inappropriate that their teen shows are like Euphoria, like for real.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't remember a prom episode of that. Like, and if it was glazed over, if it was, but like,
do teenagers even watch TV anymore?
I don't think they do.
I don't think so either.
I think if they do, it's like a streaming service show.
Yeah.
Which, you know, like we like, I don't, there's just like, there's such a pop culture, like, prom was the height of so much when I was in school. And now, like, even like talking to like clients, like, oh yeah, like it's a Friday, which is wild because ours was always Saturday because you had a whole day to get ready and stuff. Like, yeah, you took limos or a super nice car or whatever.
Kate's
and it's
was
just
on
like,
Saturday.
Okay, good. Cause I can't be going to school
prom's
today.
on Friday.
Do they have the day off?
Well, I mean, they don't go to school.
I can't imagine.
No, they don't have the day off because Kate has a final in the morning.
It just doesn't make sense to me. And when I tell you I'm gooped and gagged by this because it just felt like it was so heavy. I blame like, I'm trying to think of all the prom movies. Like She's All That, I remember was like a staple. It was always like, we gotta, like all the guys in every 90s movie, they were so problematic. The guys were like, we gotta lose our virginity before prom. And the girls were like, let's change this ugly dumpy girl into a prom queen. And I'm like, I'm glad I guess in that respect, they stopped making them because that fucked us up, I feel like.
I mean, the whole like who's gonna win prom queen thing was always like part of the movie or the episode or whatever, but we always knew.
You always knew
who it was gonna be.
It was never gonna, it was either one of two, or oh my God, or like Mean Girls.
I was literally just gonna say Mean Girls.
Because like we are like, it's never gonna be the mean like girl of the school. It's always gonna be like the underdog, and she's gonna be so gracious about it. If there's one thing she won't be, is great. Like, or this a Cinderella story with Hilary Duff,
or Carrie.
Okay, listen, because we got two Carries. We got the OG, and then we got the one with Julianne Moore. Which I mean, we were way out of high school then, but Carrie, and it's gonna be apparently it's gonna be remade. Is that Prom? We going to?
Yeah,
we got to go. It's being remade.
Carrie.
Wow. And you know the guy who did The Haunting of Hill House and stuff, Mike Flanagan?
No.
Have I had you watch that movie yet? Or TV show? Okay,
No.
you're going to watch it this year.
Okay.
He's amazing. He's apparently remaking, doing a TV version of Carrie. And I love Carrie.
Me too.
Because here's the thing. You going to piss me off like that and I'm like a witch or some kind of shit? Maybe she was a demon. I don't remember what. We're going to say.
Something
Carrie
magical.
was Carrie. Carrie, you know, we don't have to explain Carrie. Carrie was that girl.
Carrie was her own woman.
Yeah, but if you you tease me like that, oh my God. And not only that, but pig's blood on a white dress. They deserved it.
Maybe they'll make Carrie a lesbian in this one.
We can only hope. Because honestly, I think I'd fuck with that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think she'd be as mad then.
You don't?
Well, I feel like
lesbians are more mad.
Yeah, but think about it this way. If there was a girl that was interested in her and she was interested in that girl, U-Haul. They would graduate early and
that's true.
You know, go off to Bryn Mawr. You know,
that's perfect. Yeah.
We just wrote Carrie. We gave Carrie the happy ending that she deserved.
Yeah.
And she would not go back. She would go back Caroline.
You think?
Yeah, she'd be a power lesbian.
Maybe Kath.
Oh my god. We did it, guys.
Yeah.
We changed it from a horror story to a love story if you think about it.
Kath.
We solved it. Okay, so especially I guess this is like really gonna take me. How do you find a date to prom at the all-girls school?
So you have friends. Like we hung out with guys from like the all
other
guys
school.
schools.
Okay.
So like either you were dating someone and then like you went with them, or like your friends were dating someone and so like their friends asked you or whatever.
I was always so curious of that because I'm like, how do you like? We had AIM like unless you I guess friends would introduce to friends to all that shit.
Yeah. Or like, we would have like the Harvest Moon and like prep homecoming in the fall. And so you'd like meet people at like other things you went to. Oh, and we have mixers. I've told you about mixers.
The mixers,
before.
But what's a Harvest Moon?
That was our fall formal.
Oh my God. I thought at a Catholic school you guys are doing paganism but under the Harvest Moon. And
they probably changed the name since then.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. So what were your prom themes?
Oh, truly? I don't even think we had themes.
They were just fancy.
They were probably just like Jesus.
Yes. Every year is a different saint that you guys. It's and so I have to ask this because I found this out. Did you guys do I went to a public school in northern Indiana, and it was like the weirdest mix of like very rural and very urban at the same time. But one of my clients, they go to Catholic school, and their junior prom, the way they justify it is a ring ceremony. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, we had a ring ceremony, but it wasn't related to prom.
Yeah, that's like how they do their junior prom then. It's like part of that ish.
Oh.
I know.
Interesting. So our ring ceremony was mass, of course, because everything starts with church.
Yeah.
So you would have like the church mass, and then they would like call you up, and you would get your like class ring at church. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then they had a ring luncheon.
That's listen, it's just too much for me.
It was a lot.
Like you picked up your class ring at lunch from Jostens.
Ours were from Jostens too, but we got them from the priest.
Oh my God. Like that's wild behavior. I would be so tired. But did you guys go, you went to how like many girls were in your class?
100.
Oh, so it was a smaller school.
Yeah.
That prom was hopping.
Yeah. It was hopping.
Under the Harvest Moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It was at the local Delco Country Club, the Drexelbrook.
Did they decorate it and such?
Yeah, I mean, like a country club decorates. But like my niece's prom's at the Drexelbrook on Friday. So like not much has changed in Delco.
Yeah, that's true. It's like continuing that legacy.
I know.
We did ours at the Studebaker Museum in South Bend. And we did it at the Notre Dame Football Hall of Fame.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one was cool. And I'm trying to think. So I was class president in high school.
Oh,
look
at you!
Stop.
You're like so popular.
I was so popular. People didn't even call me upslurs.
Oh my God!
I was freshman and sophomore year as president, and then there was a conundrum, a coup, if you will.
A coup.
And they overthrew me.
No.
Yeah, the homophobes did. And it's when you could do like
for a straight man?
Yeah, for a straight guy who was terrible at his job.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he might be dead.
What happened to him?
I think he might be dead.
Was he Paul? What was that guy's name?
No. My ex Paul. No. I actually don't know what he's doing with his life. The fact that I haven't heard about it's probably saying something because I love gossip. But he like came in and became the class president and was terrible at it. My favorite thing was when they made class T-shirts.
Oh God!
They spelled it incorrectly. It was amazing.
They spelled what incorrectly?
They had used the wrong grammatical thingy for the shirts, and I ate it up because like that happened my sophomore year, but my vice president did it, and I was like, I'll take the blame for it because I should have checked the shirts, and then they did it junior year, and I was like. Everyone at the school's illiterate. But so the juniors and seniors kind of plan prom, but the juniors do it more as like I feel like a gift to the seniors. And the seniors get a lot of input, but like they're the ones doing the brunt of like the decorating and all that. And so the prom theme was under the sea.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And I was like, that's terrible. And like you can like vote and stuff like that. Obviously, I didn't go to any of the stuff.
The
I wasn't the
meetings,
president.
yeah.
They were, you can still be on student council. I'm like, I'm not gonna be on student council, but not the president. Like,
That's
I'm not
beneath
gonna,
you.
it's beneath me. And people
Yes.
would be, who would they listen to? They'd be like, oh, well, tell us in the room though. You know, I don't want to put
Oh, that
the
was so
babies through
generous
that,
of
you know,
you.
through that divorce.
Wow.
I remember going junior year. I went with my friend Stephanie, and then it was my friend Stephanie, Tana, and Zach. And Zach and Tana were dating. And so me and Stephanie went together, right?
But
Um,
weren't dating.
oh God, no. So me and my friend Zach waited like very last minute to get our tuxedos,
Mm-hmm.
right? And one, I think it's wild because like I know a lot of things have changed for like girls going to prom, but if you're wearing a suit at prom, right, it is probably cheaper now to like order something from Amazon and nicer, and you can get fun colors and all that stuff, right? No, when I was in school, you had to go rent a tuxedo
Oh.
because like we had nothing to rent. Like you wouldn't go buy a suit for $800 for a prom, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you could get the like matching vest and yeah, all
Cummerbund,
that
yeah.
stuff. We waited a last minute. And when we go there, the lady was like, I don't know what I'm going to be able to give you guys, this, and this. She's looking there. She goes, I have, and we wanted white tuxedos. Like the girls we were going with were white. So she's like, I have these tux that are white and they're like a Mandarin collar. I'm like, you know, that's still like, it'll be cute, fine, whatever, right? I don't even think I try on the actual jacket. I tried on do you know what a white suit with a Mandarin collar looks like?
No.
A chef's coat.
Oh my God.
So I pick it up and I'm wearing like a red with black shirt, and that I looked like a chef.
Oh my God.
So I go to prom under the sea themed, looking
Looking like a chef?
like I'm about ready to like make your like most amazing
up the
like oh my
lobster?
gosh, yeah. My favorite was I walk in and the dance floor it's like circular and it's under a giant octopus.
No.
And so I was like, it out of balloons. So I like
A balloon octopus.
a balloon octopus out of all these tiny little balloons, and I looked at it. And everyone was like, "This." It looked so cheesy, and I was just like, "I'm not going to spend this entire prom dancing under a giant pussy." And so I was
Oh
like,
my
"I'm not doing
God.
this." So I think we were there for like half the time. Then I was like, "We gotta go." Like this
Oh
is
my
awful.
God. That's so funny.
Yeah, senior was masquerade then.
Listen to this. Kate told me at their prom, they have it at the high school.
Okay.
And the food, and this is, listen, this is like both of our pet peeves. Not even like a catered buffet. The lunch ladies serve it.
Is it made out of like food that they would typically get for lunch?
Yes.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like our lunch ladies would cook. Or
Oh
they
no,
could
this
cook.
is like standard Aramark.
That makes me
like,
so sad because we even had an a la
food.
carte line where like you could go to like the typical like the
Your
stuff
lunch
that's
ladies cooked?
we had an a la carte line, or I think that's what they called it, even though that's not what a la carte is. And then it was a hot lunch line, and then like you could go to like there's 3 other lines, but that had your typical like you could just go to sandwich or whatever, you know, like the
Yeah.
but that hot one was what they cooked.
That's gourmet.
They were the sweetest, but like. I can't imagine. You ate before prom, and then you went to prom.
What?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
you went to dinner, and then from dinner you went to prom. We didn't have dinner.
Prom wasn't dinner.
Mm-mm. All
Oh.
prom was for us was you went and you like sat. You could sit at a table. People didn't even really sit at tables because you didn't eat there. You could put like your stuff down. I think they might have had refreshments. I don't know though. There definitely.
Wow.
I don't think there were snacks. And if there were, I never ate them. Which I feel like there might have been like candies and stuff, like sweets. Yeah, but you went beforehand. I went to the Emporium one year, which was super pretty. And then the next year we had dinner. Our friend Tana's mom made steak.
Mm.
It was delicious. This was my senior year, and it was probably one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. I'm gross though, and I love me a rare ass steak. I mean, mad cow disease, baby. You know what I mean? Just and her mom was shaking and almost in tears. She was like begging me. She's like, "Please, for the love of God, let me just put your steak on the grill for like 2 more minutes." And like eventually just took it from me to do it because she was so worried I was gonna get sick.
Oh
And I
my
did get sick,
God.
but it wasn't from steak.
You were having like a Yellow Jackets moment?
Oh my God, yes. Do you know what though?
What?
That is something like if I could do prom now,
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Jackets themed.
That would be good.
Yellow Jackets themed
With
prom.
like, you just have like the big like fur head
Yes,
on.
with the
Yeah.
antlers. The
Yeah.
queen would get an antler crown,
Yes.
and the guy would get, I don't know, one made out of bones.
And you would have to hunt for your dinner.
You have to hunt for your dinner.
Yeah.
And how you decide who's going to be the prom king and queen is you vote people off.
Oh, so like Survivor meets Yellow Jackets.
Well, you vote them off, but like it like because like it'll be like they died, but you vote them off because that's the humane thing to do.
They
but
won't like actually die.
No, of course not. No. They have to like just like they have to leave prom.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then the last
And then
two
we
people,
just serve rare steaks. We don't actually like
just rare steak.
carve up the person.
No. Yeah, that would be unethical.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Is that would be too much. My senior year. So I have to ask this again because of like the whole angst thing. It was also a very big deal that like, and again, it's so weird seeing it through the eyes of my clients now because it's just prom is both a big deal to them and not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a point of contention. Like I said, at least I feel like in our generation it was of just like what you wear, the theme, who you're dancing with, all that stuff. How did they decide prom royalty at your school?
Or didn't have it. Jesus was the royalty.
Oh, our king is on high.
Yeah.
Our king, we lift our hands in prayers.
Right. Because it wouldn't make sense, right? Because it was like an all-boys school and an all-girls school. So what would they do? Like have like just like a prom king or just like a prom queen? You know what I mean?
Apparently some schools, I think it's the ones that are like, I don't know why I'm going to say this, and people can tell me if they're like, yes, true. This just feels homophobic or like sexist to me.
Let's ask Kate while you're talking.
They decide not at my school, but at some schools, the prom king is decided by whoever wins prom queen. It's like who her date is.
That is really lame.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a very like, because like it's gay to vote for a prom king or something. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like why does it have to be decided? Our school, it was, they sent a list out of all the guys and girls that were going to prom for juniors and for seniors. And then you voted based off that. And then they took like the top 4 and they said like, these are the top 4 girls for prom queen, top 4 for king, 4 for princess, 4 for prince. And that's how you knew like who the court was. And like you found out like at the middle of prom or something. I would say at halftime, but there's no halftime at prom. They just like
halftime.
They say, everyone go to this side if you are on the home or the prom court. And then you go over there and they announce like the people and then who wins.
So Kate says they do like voting on a Google poll and it gets sent to everyone's email. I think a gay boy won king for homecoming.
Oh, I won homecoming my senior year.
You did?
I did. I feel like it was to make up for them voting me my freshman year, but it was a joke. I think that's how I got this. No, this was from a show, I think. I almost broke it, actually. So, yeah, so they voted. That's honestly,
her boyfriend goes no to the gay guy winning.
It's like, no. He's probably like, because, wait, that's really funny, though.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a Google poll, too.
Oh, wait, listen. If you have to want to run, so you go to the teacher that does it, and then the teacher puts your name on.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. And then her boyfriend said the gay boy almost won, but he didn't. I'm going to say that's homophobic.
Yeah. Gay people can be prom king, too.
I know. I mean, they're definitely not voting for the lesbians, you think?
Well, do you want to hear something funny about this entire episode?
Yes.
Do you want to know how I came up with that?
How?
One, because I feel like everyone should do a prom episode if they're talking about mental health and all that stuff. And there's an entire smash Broadway musical called The Prom.
Really?
And it's about a lesbian from Indiana
No.
wanting to take her girlfriend to prom.
No.
Yeah, Meryl Streep was in it.
my
Nicole
God.
Kidman. It was on Netflix.
Is it like political?
It's it's super political. One of the first
Sort of like
lines.
Jagged Little Pill vibes?
It's not like it's like a comedy.
Oh, okay.
But one of the first
Well,
lines
yeah.
in the show is "Note to self: Don't be gay in Indiana."
Oh,
And then it's like
that's so cute.
yeah. So she wants to take her girlfriend to prom, And her girlfriend's like, I don't know, my mom won't let me because her mom's a bitch. And then they go to prom together eventually. But yeah, it's like the entire thing is about being gay in Indiana. And I don't know if they win homecoming queens or not. But I feel like that probably would make sense.
Queens?
Well, because they're both
In the
girls.
show?
Yeah, in the musical. I can't remember.
Oh.
But then I thought, oh my God, well, you went to Indiana. And I always thought that show was funny because it's like, it feels too real. And like, they're always going to the Applebee's in it because there's like where else to go.
I always went to the Applebee's or Friendly's. Did you have Friendly's in
We didn't
Indiana?
have Friendly's. We had Steak and Shake, which was like the only thing similar.
Friendly's?
No. You guys also did you guys do, what did you guys call it? After prom or something here?
Yeah, so no, we didn't do that. I'm too old for that. That was like when people started to like die from alcohol
Yeah.
poisoning and drunk driving accidents thing. They started to do after prom so they could like contain everyone
Right.
after prom. Yeah.
I didn't. So I can imagine other people don't know what this is because I hadn't heard about it, and they still don't do it in Indiana. But here, the high schools, like wherever prom is, whether it's at the school or not, they do essentially like what we would consider a lock-in. Like, right? Is that what you would consider it? Like, they don't sleep there, but it's like an all-night thing until like early morning. A lot of parents are there. And when I tell you, it looks like fucking Disney World in some of these places. I mean, they go all out. Like someone showed me that they did like a Western saloon theme, and it looked like you stepped into like Westworld or wherever that TV show was. I mean, they had like fronts. It was wild. And like, yeah, there's activities there. There's a bunch of food and snacks, and you can movies and all that. And a lot of people actually do go. Because I'm like, does anyone go to this? Like, yeah, like a shit ton of people go. And I feel like that's a really responsible thing to do.
It is.
When that much, because like I'm not gonna lie, I was really dumb when I was a kid. Both proms, I was really dumb and it was not safe. Like, wait, yeah, I was like the typical like, and now we go to a party and like, thank God I stayed the night
I was
there.
very well behaved.
I wasn't. I was like, I gotta rebel. Yeah.
No.
And then, yeah, it's just, I'm just recalling all the angst now, especially being gay and going to prom. I think it's a whole other thing.
Oh, for sure.
Because like it's awkward finding that date to go with, and then being like, I don't know, there's like an uncomfortability about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I wasn't gay in high school.
You weren't gay.
So
You
I
weren't.
went with boys.
And did you love them?
No. I wonder what they're doing right now.
Your prom dates?
Yeah.
I'm thriving.
I think one of them's a used car salesman. No hate, but
But step up to new.
I know.
You actually probably make a shit ton more money doing
What, like
used.
go work for Tesla?
Oh God, they're like, that's exactly what we do.
It probably is. He probably is a Republican.
Oh God. I can safely say no one I went to prom with was a Republican.
Really?
My friend Stephanie that I went with, I think she's definitely not Republican, and I think she does like molecular biology engineering or something very smart.
Oh.
Beyond me, I don't know. And then my senior year, in a very, I feel like there's this thing of like you promised your friend your freshman year that you'd go to prom together or something stupid like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Tan and I think when we were like young kids, we promised ourselves that we'd go to senior prom together. Senior prom rolls around, we're both dating other people, and I was like, they got to know that we're going to prom together, right? I was like, are we still doing this? She's like, yeah, fuck yeah, screw them, we're going together. And so we went together. It was a huge thing because it was like bad news bears. People were pissed. But essentially, like, we still went with our dates. We just like wore the same colors as each other.
Oh.
And now we're both gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And this was a point of contention. So I told you around prom royalty shit, right? That my senior year of high school, I won Homecoming King, which was wild because I was gay and
clearly the gays don't win.
And they don't. Or if they do, it's a joke. And so my freshman year, me and this girl named Haley won. And our senior year, we won again, right? And that time it was apparently not a joke. And so there was this thing at our school where people would jokingly then be like, I got a double crown. You know, I got to be both homecoming and prom. And so I was like, okay, I guess this thing. First of all, I would never have tried to do it if I had to say, put me down for nomination like the school does. I couldn't do that. Now, I do think that's a good idea so kids aren't getting nominated and voted on who, like, it's a joke, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
but
a good point.
what they do is they picked the 4 guys, 4 girls in the senior class. After they get a whole roster of them, and the people have the 4 most votes, that's your core, and then you revote for the top 4 at prom. And so if you get top 4, then you have to be like, yeah, I'll put me on the ballot or no, right? And I was like, cool, I'm on there, right? And so was my friend Hannah, who was going to prom, right? And I distinctly remember they're like, if you're on prom court, come over here. So they line you up. And then they looked at me, and I can't remember the girl that they paired me with. And they said, you guys can go, actually. And I was like, what? And like, you guys didn't win, you can go. And so for no reason at all, they took it from a top 4 to just 3 and called it like the top 3 instead. For no reason. I was like, that's so embarrassing. And I was like, Tana, come on. She's like, no, I'm in the top 3. I'm like, if you win as my prom date and I don't win, and it ended up being my friend Haley won, who was homecoming queen, so she got to double crown and I didn't.
Oh my God.
I know, and that's homophobia.
That is homophobia.
It's disgusting. I hate it.
I know.
And I feel like I need an apology from...
I feel like, listen to this. So now she corrects, I don't think any gays have won. I said, because they hate the gays. And she said, it's like student body who votes. So if their friends vote for them, YK, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, so you mean the gays have no friends?
You're just like, we got to get to the bottom of this. That is so funny.
I can't. I mean, they have friends, but like, if you don't ask people to vote for you, then no one does.
See, it's a campaign, is what she's saying.
Right.
I couldn't do that. I don't know that I could like actually look at someone and say, hey, vote for me for prom, because it's not that big of a deal.
I feel like on like TV shows and movies and stuff, like they would always show people campaigning.
They sure did.
Like
people,
posters
flyers,
and
buttons I would rather be waterboarded than to walk up to someone and look at them in the eyes and say, I really want to wear a crown. Vote for me. Couldn't be me.
In college, I was nominated for the homecoming court.
How do they do that?
At Penn State. So Penn State homecoming's one of like the largest homecoming celebrations in the country. They actually have like a 15-person executive committee that has like but you know Molly. Molly was the executive director of homecoming my 5th year, and I was the special events director. And then there were like 10 other people that did 1,000 other things. But anyway, there's like hundreds of people involved because each executive director has captains under them, and each captain has committee members. So there's like hundreds of people involved in this. There's an entire committee for king and queen.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear. So it's like student leaders get nominated. I don't remember how.
Sense.
But so it's various student leaders from like all over campus. They make you life-size cardboard cutouts.
No.
Yep. And then in the Penn State homecoming parade, you have like a convertible and you like sit on it with your like little wave. And
because I feel like you'd have to like, it has to be student leaders, because like how would you like, there's no way you'd know that many.
Oh yeah, no, it's all
State.
student leaders. So like I was the president of Panhellenic, which is all the sororities, and there was a girl who was a Lion ambassador, which is like the people who do all the tours. There was a guy that was on one of the step teams. I think like the kicker of the football team. Like I don't know what it is, but it's like I feel so like disembodied from prom and dances now. And I know that like they do this like cute thing like for a lot of fundraisers, which I think is a great idea for fundraising of like LGBTQ prom, like for adults, like to get to like, kind of read, you know, like so it's like a bunch of adults like redo prom. Because no one votes for us.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so we got to vote for ourselves. Yeah.
Kate.
I would continue the joke and be like, whoever the allies are there, the straight allies win. But like, it just seems like it seems so trivial now. But like, I remember like girls like crying the week before prom over like limo services, or was the flowers right, or his blue vest doesn't match my blue dress. The spray tan central. Everyone in India going to the tiki tan, and they're getting their spray tans. They're getting their medium spray tans that at the time, baby, were orange, right? Like there was no such thing as we didn't have green or violet undertone spray tan or mousses then. It was you got orange. That's the only you got orange, and that was about it.
There are some still pretty bad spray tans these days.
Yeah. I mean, like absolutely, and I'm guilty of half of them. You know what I mean? But like I'm learning.
I mean, when I was at the prom pictures, I was like, ugh. At one point, I went up to one of the moms and I was like, I almost feel morally obligated to take some of my powder and offer it to this girl over here. Like
it's never great. I always loved looking at like the hands because it was always like the knuckles were like wild.
Amateur mistake.
Oh my gosh, it's like you have to put lotion, slather hands in lotion, right? Get the spray. And then you kind of brush it off, right? And then if you want to go back over later, but whatever you're doing for your tan, you only have that spray tan on your hands for like 30 minutes to an hour and you wash them. It'll blend, I promise. You know? It was...
They need like a tutorial.
I see, like, yeah. Because I'm just... Everything is so... When we did the... when we sponsored the game, the lacrosse game, and girls were talking about prom, they were talking about like, oh wait, yeah, I have like this, and the day of, and this, and then like I guess I'll go, and like my client that was talking was like, yeah, I have like a rehearsal, and I have this, and then I'll go get ready at this time, and I was like, it is wild, like some people treated their prom, and people like I know, like with more like gusto than their wedding.
Oh yeah.
It like started at like early in the morning. They went and got their nails done. They got their like hair done. They got their makeup done. They came back home. They got dressed. There was always that like I have to have that moment of walking down the stairs.
Oh, yeah. Colleen's girls had a lacrosse game the morning of junior prom, and girls like didn't go to the game because they were getting ready. And I was like, you guys are literally starting to get ready at the same time like Colleen and I did for our wedding.
Yeah, and that was an early day.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to be there that early.
I know.
I think we went out like 7.
I know.
It's
and you were like sort of on time for the wedding, but that's because Jason was with you.
And I guess too, some of it is I think we were talking about the aesthetic, right? We were talking about like, I guess nobody knows about the frosted lip gloss and the metallic, like you said, eyeshadow and like the 200 plus updo bobby pins.
Oh yeah, and the little like rose with the
cork, almost like the cork things that you screwed
like
in.
The rhinestone thing, yeah.
And I'm talking slicked back. I'm talking like freeze it hairspray, right? With like 2 singular curls on the side, right? That just kind of gently came down.
I think I have pictures.
We are gonna send them photos of us looking ridiculous at our prom. Because I mean, I looked. I know at least. I was not the best version of myself at either of my proms.
No. Oh, my God. I looked at some of the pictures the other day, and I was like, why did I think that I looked good? This is so bad.
But I think, like, at the time it did. Is that's the weird thing. Is because, like...
Did it?
Okay, my white tuxedo, no. That was an abomination. Like, that was awful. I should not have worn that. Again, chef vibes. But other than that, I feel like... I don't know. I had thicker hair then. Now that I think of it.
You did?
Oh, my God.
Is your hair thinning?
Mine, dramatically.
Oh, no. What are you going to do?
Honestly, I'm going to just shave it, and then I'll get one of those toupees.
Here I was getting down at my prom.
Oh, you have, like, that's like bubblegum pink princess or queen frosting. Like, yeah, that's hilarious.
Right?
Yeah. That's very Galinda.
Isn't it? Look at my tiara. I got, like, the slicked back with the updo.
Because, listen, here's the thing. Even though you didn't know you were a lesbian, the world did. And you weren't going to get a tiara that day unless you put it on yourself.
That's right.
Do you remember any of your prom songs?
What are prom songs?
Like the slow song you danced to at prom.
Oh.
Did you guys not have that?
No. Like, no. Probably like some Jesus banger. You can ask Laura.
Wait, could you guys not just, what kind of music did you?
No, they would like do actual music.
I was like, oh, what?
No, yeah, we only had church songs.
That's a lot of plus one and Stacey Rico.
If I guarantee we could find like a huge gaggle of people to have like a solely liturgical music prom.
Oh, for sure. I feel like that'd be fun.
Oh, for sure. Laura said that we couldn't use a lot of the bangers though because a lot of the composers are like in jail for child molestation.
You know what? Because a lot of them were, what's his name? Diddy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Well, the church music, I mean. Oh. I was like, wait, Diddy, what? No.
Boy, I'm talking about the Catholic Church now.
Yeah. One of our mutual friends sings at Mass.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we need to have this like event where we like go to a bar and the whole night is just like you singing church songs. And so I'm like saying all like my favorite
And
bangers.
she's like, no.
And she's like, oh, Emery, like
Problematic.
he's
gross.
yeah.
That's
I know.
the fact.
But I was like, we can make it a Taylor Swift moment where like Laura, you come out with like Laura's version.
Yeah. And
of
we
these songs.
reclaim the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so funny.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what songs they listen to now. I want to see that prom playlist.
What songs they listen to at prom now?
Did you guys have like a DJ?
Yeah.
That came to your prom?
Yeah. What else? Do you think we played with the non-existent iPod? That wasn't even like a thing then.
But here's like my thing. We did this for our wedding too, and I know you're gonna be like, because you actually had like a really cool DJ with like wings and shit. Her DJ had glow in the dark wings.
She had big feathered wings too, remember?
Yeah.
Before that.
Because literally, like, as we were talking about the DJ, we're like, do you have a DJ? Yeah. I had to pay extra for the wings, and I died. Because she had, like, these cool-ass, like, I don't know, they're like rave, like, wings that, we literally were, like, just throw on a playlist. And that's what we did at our wedding. Yeah. We just, like, made a playlist and just, like, threw it on.
Well, like, that wasn't a thing that we could do at prom because,
I know,
like, Napster was still a thing.
But I wonder if, like, that's what I wonder if, like, they could do that now. I know they don't. They probably don't because, like, I feel like everyone gets, like, their local radio DJ, or that's what we did. Like, our local radio dude, I think he was, like, DJ Sticky Boots was his name. Oh, my God.
What?
That was such I can't believe that just popped in my head.
DJ Sticky
It was like DJ Sticky Boots. And then it had all the like random like sounds after that. But yeah, DJ Sticky Boots came to the school.
No.
I swear to God, his name. And now when I think about it, all I can think of is like Boots from Dora the Explorer. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
What were his boots sticky with?
I don't know that he even wore boots. Because I don't think it was that theatrical. But like, that was such a blast from the past moment that's because I was trying to figure out what our slow dance song was and I can't remember. Like I cannot remember for the life of me what it was, and it's gonna kill me now, but that's fine. I mean, we don't need that, I guess.
So they do have DJs.
Okay.
And then, oh, look, Kate is having like a Y2K moment. She said, when I ran for homecoming court, I voted myself and posted all on Instagram for people to vote me.
And did they?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think she won.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Kate. We love you still.
Yeah. Would you do that? If you could go back now, would you, like, if that was the thing, would you run?
Like with Instagram?
Would you just, like, if your school made that an option, would you?
No. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. So I feel like social media would have changed, like, everything about prom running for things. Even, like, in college when I was on homecoming court. Like, we had Facebook, but that was it.
Do you think that, like... why do you think, or do you think that it is as big of a deal to kids now than it was for us?
Prom?
Yeah.
I think that what you said earlier is exactly right, that it's about like the pictures that they could post on social media.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, the pictures I took were basically professional.
Yeah.
So I think that goal was achieved for the people I took pictures for.
Like talking to the clients that went this year, and like parents of kids that went to prom, it was very much like they were concerned about their prom date and for pictures. Then after that, they're like, okay, bye.
Right.
Like
no, I think
they
that's
just
literally
didn't care.
what it is.
That's so
like Sister
strange.
Girlfriend put on a pair of like flogs, and by flogs I mean like fake Birkenstock clogs to wear to the prom.
It feels so odd that like that's the bulk of the experience, and that like because of social media, I feel like it's more of like a photo op than like to go have fun at it. Where like I think for us,
sure.
like because like I said, you either got a digital camera because like while we had phones, you weren't taking pictures on your phone. Like our phones were not that good to take like especially in the dark, dancing and stuff. Like you had a digital camera or disposable, and so I feel like no one wants to grab that disposable camera out there on the dance floor. You take so many photos and stuff like that. You're not taking videos or to upload them. So I feel like it just feels so like disillusioned then of like the experience that we had versus them. And I think also like maybe in some ways like better for them now than the experience that we had, because I feel like there's just a lot of like angst when it came to prom and like breakups, or people like only staying with their boyfriend or girlfriend for prom and then immediately breaking up. There's always that breakup
week. Did you have
week.
promposals?
No. Did you?
No.
People go out of their way and out of their mind for these.
I know.
They're extravagant.
Do they do them still, though?
I don't know if that was just kind of like a moment in time, but even when I was like looking for like stuff on this episode, there were things like promposals, yes or no to them, should you do them, how extravagant, all that stuff. Wasn't it? You just asked someone to prom.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
And like half-ass.
But like also, even if there was a promposal, like no one would see it. So I feel like that's part of it too. Like now with promposals, you could like put it on Instagram or you put it on TikTok or like it's like visible.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is the reason why people do it.
They're extravagant.
I know.
Like I can't even imagine. What are their like wedding proposals going to be like? Their marriage ones, like, is that going to be like a like downgrade from what they experienced for their prom one?
That's a great question. I wonder.
I don't think I could do it. What would, if you had to do a promposal for someone, what would you do? Like, how would you do it?
I don't know. It would depend on who it was.
I would have Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray, the movie, make a cameo for them, asking them to prom.
You know, one of my visions was always like if you're in a hot air balloon, right? And then on the ground, you have
down.
people like holding up letters. So they're on the ground like
Prom.
Yeah.
So how do they see them?
What do you mean?
How big are these letters that say prom?
Like big, but like the hot air balloon comes down,
Well, why wouldn't you do it at the height of it? This is
because
what I
they
would
wouldn't be able to see them.
I would want this to be a big fucking deal. You get
Maybe at night with
1,000
lights.
people. You get 1,000 people that each have a flashlight. And one of those strong flashlights. I'm talking one of those that are like, they get hot right away. You know the ones that you see on TikTok? They're like, this is 1,000 watt, whatever.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they all hold it up in the air and it spells prom. The issue is it probably would melt the hot air balloon. But like, that's how I would do it. That's how I'd want it to be done for me, actually. I'd want to be promposed to in that way.
Oh, I got an idea. So promposals are still a thing.
Okay.
Kate says a lot of people do. Her boyfriend doesn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But then her boyfriend said this year someone did. I'd crumble if we didn't go to prom together with crumble cookies.
Wait.
That's cute.
That is.
I do love crumble cookies.
That's adorable. That's cute.
That is cute.
That's fun, I guess.
I approve of that.
But see, that one's like a little cute.
Yeah.
Like silly one. Like I like that, but like
that's like a carousel, not a video.
This might be a little like randomly off topic, but I can imagine that he probably invite his girlfriend to prom. We talked about like breakups and all that stuff, right? Like people. Did you guys have like that week after where like every couple was breaking up then because they were just together for prom?
No, because I went to an all-girls school, so it's just like the vibes are different.
They're very different. Everyone
and plus,
did it.
we had like 2 proms, so like if
you had to wait,
right? Yeah,
you had to wait.
Yeah,
that would be so awkward.
Yeah, I know.
So this guy, on social media on the TikTok, broke up with his girlfriend.
Like recent?
This was like
happened?
last week or something.
Okay.
It's been on my mind so much, and I was like, how do I even bring this up in an episode? And so I'm going to make it so it makes sense for the prom episode.
All right, I'm ready.
His girlfriend breaks up with him because he cheats on her.
Before prom.
I don't know if prom's involved. We'll say before prom. I don't think prom's involved in this. But we're going to say it's before prom so that it matches the theme because I really need to talk about this.
Okay, perfect.
She breaks up with him because he cheats on her.
Oh.
Brother,
this
boyfriend.
This is a high school.
I think they're in college, actually.
Okay. Same thing.
Same thing. He then says to her,
okay,
I was forced to cheat on you by the CIA.
No.
He says the CIA made me cheat on you. They forced me to. He then prints out like documents with the CIA logo shitty on there, obviously photoshopped.
No.
And puts it in a manila folder. And he records a video for it. He's like, you can send this to whoever you want to see it. Or no, he doesn't say that. He goes, don't show this to anyone. This is classified stuff. And he's like, and it's not a joke. And he pulls it out. And he's reading the CIA paperwork saying that they essentially forced him to cheat on his girlfriend. And because he's an agent there.
No.
And he had to do it. Hand to God.
No.
I ate this shit up. I was like, brother, boyfriend, you've got to be. The CIA forced him to do it.
Oh my God.
I would be.
Was his girlfriend like, oh, Okay, it's fine.
No, she's the one who uploaded it. She's like, there's no way. You are out of your mind that they think this 19-year-old is a CIA agent that was forced to cheat. That's funny to me. That's wild.
That is
It's
wild.
like that, and then this mud mask girl that everyone thinks is doing the caveman face stuff.
What?
It's like this cleansing thingy that she says that she's doing, where she's like doing the caveman theory of like not washing her face or touching with any water at all until like the layer of skin peels off, and then it's like really clean underneath. I want to be like, homegirl. Cavemen were not known for having beautiful, good, clean skin. What are you doing?
But
everyone thinks it's like that scar girl who faked the scar on her face and that she's actually using a clay mud mask and like telling people that's what she's doing. These are the things I find online.
Wow.
It's literally either like people taking prom photos or like people falling into the pool at prom or the clay
People
mask.
fell into the pool at prom?
Like before prom, taking photos and falling in. That's how it goes, baby.
I mean, can you imagine getting ready all day and then falling into the pool?
I wouldn't go.
And
I would absolutely not
I would
go.
have a
It'd make me
meltdown.
so mad.
No. We got into the car to like go to pictures, and Kate like went in the other car, and I said to her mom like she was so calm all day. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, I feel like
That's what I'm saying.
Teenagers are like,
They just don't. It's not a big deal to them as much. I blame Rachel Lee Cook and Freddie Prinze Jr.
I blame TikTok
for downplaying it and just being about pictures.
Yeah.
We blame movies for giving us the angst of like, this is the biggest moment. For real, so many people, myself, I feel like included, was like, this is the biggest moment of my life. Prom will be the moment everything makes sense.
But I feel like it's almost like representative of like this culture of like everything is like immediate gratification, like, and you have to like have the thing immediately.
Yeah.
So like, you have the prom, but like before that you have to have the promposal, and then you have to have the spray tan, and then you have to like, you get all these things ready, and then like the actual thing that's happening is just like, eh.
Well, I think that's the thing of like, I feel like then someone, and not perfectly, we could enjoy it a little bit because again, you didn't have like that immediate validation of uploading something online and people liking it. You know what I mean? That I feel like now it's like there's so much anticipation of it that it kind of just puddles out and no one gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But even then, like as big of a deal as I thought it was growing up, now I look back and I'm like, I don't remember half of it.
No, I remember nothing except for the pink poofy dress that I wore.
I remember the giant octopus balloon.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's all I remember.
I feel like with how dramatic high schoolers are now, and like trust me, they're so dramatic that like prom is not as dramatic as I would have expected it to be. Like honestly, like the high school athletic games are more dramatic.
Oh, for sure. Okay, to close out, if you had to come up with 3 different prom themes, what would they be?
Share across the generations.
Amazing.
No, across the decades.
Share across the decades.
Yeah. And then like each table could be like a different decade, right?
That.
And like I would obviously go in the turn back time outfit.
Obvious.
And maybe do like a little skirt number around it that just like whipped off.
I love this.
So that one. And then I would probably do Wicked.
Love that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Like prom is ... for good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And then like half the gym would be like, well, country club, wherever it was, would be pink, and then the other half would be green.
You could have also done it like Dancing Through Life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's kind of corny though.
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
Something
I'm gonna
bad.
go back with prom is ... for good. And then lastly, I'd probably do like Killer Whales.
Ocean. It's not Under the Sea. It's just Free Willy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Sink the Rich.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Submarine theme.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
And it would be like black and white. It would be like a black and white party. But orca
Killer Whales.
themed.
I like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I would do, and everyone has to wear black and white.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
if you're in anything other than black and white, you're out.
You have to leave. You could wear red because that would represent the blood.
I feel like I would do My Heart Will Go On, and it'll be Titanic themed. And
You're
I'm
obsessed with Titanic.
I am. It's the autism in me. I would do it with my themes as theatrical, right? So as prom goes on, we just like raise the water up. You know what I mean? And when it gets to like, like neck high, you gotta go home.
And
you
like
know?
there's no tables, it's just doors on the ground.
It starts off, the tables have like cloth on them, but like when the cloth comes up, you realize they were all just tables, And they have to be able to like float.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
My other one would probably be like TV couples or something like that. I don't know what you'd call that one. But I think it'd be funny to make everyone show up as a TV couple. And if they're not, again, you got to participate in my prom. You're not going to be lackadaisy about
like, this is a Halloween party. This isn't a prom.
It's 100% a Halloween party.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing prom at it.
Yeah.
Because that brings me to my third one. And that would be like famous horror films or like a scary night at prom or something like that. And that would, and again,
that one. Deadly Prom.
Deadly Prom. Deathly Fun Prom or something. I don't know what it'd be called. Let me think of the name, But like, it would be scary themed, horror themed, right? And if you're not just like a monster or a scary movie, you gotta go.
You know what I would do? I would come in on a tricycle. Like,
yes.
You guys want to play
The game. Yep. Same thing too, right? The entire thing is Jigsaw themed.
Oh my God.
Right?
I fucking love Saw.
Yeah. And if you don't win, I'm all about making people leave the prom. I don't know why. It's just like, if you're not going to participate or you're not going to win this game, you got to go, babes.
But you know what theme prom we should do?
What?
A Karen Reed theme prom.
A what?
Do you don't know about the Karen Reed trial?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. I thought you said Camry. I'm like,
no.
like a Toyota?
I think we need to do a Karen Reed episode. It is so messy.
Famous court cases.
It is so messy. Well, the
Prom
retrial's
court.
going on right now.
I know, but that would be a fun prom. I would show up like Nancy Grace.
I would go with Jean Benet.
I would be Nancy Grace. It would be.
What about Jane Velez Mitchell?
There's like literally Luigi Mangione. I would vote for him for prom king. You know what I'm saying? That's inappropriate, and I love it.
The Menendez brothers.
Yeah, free them.
Kim Kardashian.
Shut the fuck up. Yes.
So we should just host proms.
We're gonna do that.
Adult proms.
If you guys need, if your business needs
a prom
for what's it called, a fundraiser, let us know. We will plan it for you. It will probably be very dark and very fucked up, but we're gonna do it. So get ready for the Yellow Jackets prom theme.
Yes.
Let us know what your prom themes were, or the fucked up ones you would come up with, because that's funny to us.
We love that.
We love that. Like, subscribe, watch all that shit. But we'll see you next week. Bye.